Welcome to Say Like a Champ, episode 210. It's your boy A-Dub.
Hey, your boy Stress. What's good, Slack fam? Welcome back, y'all.
Yes, welcome back. You know it's going to be a busy show today because we got to get ready for NFL kickoff. It's finally the week that we've been waiting for, and I did want to take a real quick second to congratulate my boy and myself. We did pass a milestone this weekend. It was our 4-year anniversary. Our first episode dropped on September 4th, 2019. So that's what's up. But it always reminds us when football season comes back around because that was our first episode. We wanted to get it out before week 1 of the 2019 season. So that's what's up. So this is kind of like another one of those anniversary shows for us. You know what I'm saying? So great job, brother, man. Thank you for being here on this ride, man. I'm so glad we got to do this together. And of course,
likewise, brother. Likewise, man. It's been a journey, but it's been a journey that I wouldn't rather spend it with anybody else, man. So
yes, exactly. And so to kick off the celebration, I do want to introduce the third member of our panel. Of course, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for our boy Matt Marcus getting us started. So Marcus, welcome back, man. How you doing, man? How you feeling? So great to see you.
For real.
I'm doing good, man. You know, there's been some tough times going on. I know you guys know about that, but I'm back. I got to get back to the new normal, so I'm happy to be here with you guys. I see Mom Kelly. I see Grace. I see Uncle Anthony on here, man. Love all y'all. Miss y'all a lot. So, and congratulations on y'all milestone y'all reached too, man. That's big things, man. Congratulations.
Yes. We appreciate that, and thank you so much for everything that you've done. Because for real, we just basically crashed your studio that day. We're like, we need to do this right now, and you were gracious in being like, let's make it happen. So, so definitely appreciate that. But yes, welcome all the slackers in the building. We appreciate y'all's comments. We love having y'all as part of the show. So please continue to send in the love, and we thank you guys for being here with us for all this time as well. So that's what's up. All right, so I think. With that, we're gonna get ready to get going. But definitely a lot of what's up, Marcus, is for sure. And we definitely love you too, brother. So thank you for being here with us. But with that said, let's go ahead and get into our first topic. Let me see if I can bring up the screen without breaking everything down. And I apologize, y'all, for running late today, but we're gonna make it happen. Let's go ahead and get into our first topic of the day. What's up next?
Oh, let's check it out, man, real quick.
Tune to NFL Talk. Let's get it. All right, NFL Talk. So, of course, kickoff is only 2 days away. We got the Lions visiting the returning Super Bowl champion Chiefs, and very excited for the big kickoff weekend. And, of course, I'm glad to have our brother Anthony in the building for this one. We know he's the resident Chiefs fan. He keeps us informed on everything going on, but a little bit of news coming in before the big game this week that actually Travis Kelce suffered an injury in practice, hyperextended his knee, and they say he has avoided like a serious injury, but is probably doubtful for this first week. What did you guys think about that? And also just like excitement for the season. Like, what do you think about the Chiefs and their chances to repeat too?
I mean, repeating is always hard, you know what I'm saying? Especially in the NFL, we call it, any given Sunday league, you know what I mean? There's no series, right? So, right. It's winner go home. But I'm glad that Kelce, they say they don't think it was an ACL tear. So I'm hoping that's the case. But even whether or not they're talking about he's going to test it out tomorrow, see if he can go Thursday, I don't think he should go, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, just it's game 1. It's against the Lions. It's Thursday night. Leave him out. That team's always been super resilient. You got the best quarterback in the league. Play that game against the Lions without him, and then see how he feels, week 2. But I say they sit him.
Yeah, I said the same thing. I don't think they're gonna need him. I think it might be even a better matchup wise, with him out. So I picked the Chiefs to win that game, but I think people don't realize the Detroit Lions they're getting better, and I think this year they're gonna take another step. Also, that defense is gonna be pretty good. But I would say yeah, Chiefs win. Don't play them. I think it'll be a good game either way it go. And you asked another question is how we feel about the Chiefs repeating. I don't think I ever doubt them again. I think I doubt them this year for reaching the Super Bowl. Right, we said they lost their best player, so I can never say anything bad about the Chiefs anymore. They lost their best to their second best player. They made it to the Super Bowl, which everybody thought they was going to lose Super Bowl, and they won Super Bowl. So I'm gonna say I'll never doubt them. So I won't. I can't say anything about them. So they proved us wrong. So you can't count them out. Put it like that.
That's kind of how I feel too. I think that it's kind of theirs to lose again, even though everybody's going to get a lot tougher. And of course, it's always hard to repeat. They might not have, all the same weapons or whatever, like you said, another year without Hill. But I think that they're in great shape. I think it's a good time to be a Chiefs fan for those like Anthony Wesson. He's a little bit worried though. They also have Jones holding out, which is kind of interesting still too. But I think they don't really need him either. You know what I'm saying? He's probably going to let him go one game without him, and then they'll work something out next week. So I don't think that will be too big of a deal. Pop says Chief will repeat unless Dak plays his butt off in the playoffs. For the ages, that would be dope. But yeah, I did want to actually talk to Strizzy, and then kind of go into our teams too. But Strizzy, how are you feeling about the matchup week one? And kind of, I wanted to understand your expectations for Bryce Young coming out of the gate.
The thing, so like they're gonna start off slow. Like I honestly, like when you have a team finish like kind of bad the previous season, you want to be hopeful for certain things in the preseason. And I feel like they really didn't give Panthers fans much to be hopeful for in the preseason. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, he scored his first touchdown in the final game. But whereas most teams are usually sitting their starters because they saw enough, their starters actually played the majority of the first half. Because they wanted to get something going. So. Yeah. They're going to start off slow. I like the way Bryce looked. He's looked good in the pocket. He doesn't look stressed. You know what I'm saying? He's not forcing anything. He's going down when he should go down. Like he's doing things that veteran quarterbacks do already as a rookie. But the offensive line's got to get right. Miles Sanders didn't play at all, I think, in the preseason due to some minor nagging injuries. But this is probably one of the best teams to play for your opener. You know what I mean? Because the Falcons really aren't going to be that great either. I don't think. And now we've got Brian Burns, so like the third best, DN in the league right now. He hasn't said he's holding out, and he said he wasn't going to hold out, but he did miss, I think, practice yesterday.
And he didn't show up.
Yeah. So curious to see what's going on with that. Hopefully it's nothing because he's the biggest part of our defense. You know what I'm saying? So definitely going to need him regardless. But we're going to start slow. I'm hoping that we can kind of get things together. We've got a fun team, you know what I'm saying? But fun don't always win games, you know what I'm saying? So I think we start slow, maybe end the year on a high note, but my expectations aren't exactly very high. That's for sure.
I feel you. But, that's the best way to, keep it cool is not to have them high expectations. Like, I am excited to see the rookie a little bit. But, yeah, I do think that the Falcons will probably win this first game, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is the Ritter kid any good? I think he's pretty solid, but I don't know. He's not.
It is tough. He didn't play a whole season last year, but the games he played, he was bad. But it's like you put him in the final 3 games of the season, there's no real expectation there. They just put him in to see what he had, but we'll see.
Right. No, I feel you. Marcus, I wanted to go to you and see what you were most excited about for the Cowboys game this weekend. Are you pumped? Are you ready for it? How are you feeling?
To be all honest, man, I haven't even been into it, but I guess this first week you kind of get ready for it. I haven't watched any preseason games, but we always play the Giants first game. I think the last 4 or 5 years they've been our first game.
Seems like every year.
I think Dak, he hasn't lost to them yet, has he?
No.
I think he's undefeated to them. So I don't know. It'll be kind of cool to see it. Exciting to see, but I don't know. Like I said, I got to see the first game and see what's going on with everybody, and then kind of go from there. I'm sorry, it wasn't a good answer.
No, I feel that's a perfect answer because honestly, I think you're in the best spot to be. Like you didn't miss much of a preseason. Actually, Dallas didn't play their starters at all, so I don't really know what to expect either, other than like it should be a pretty good game. My biggest disappointment is that it's the night game, just because I get so excited like to watch like the Cowboys, and I hate watching all day. You see every other team play, and you're just still waiting for your team. But that's better than Monday night still. But
yeah.
I do. I like my favorite spot is that afternoon spot, so you can just kind of chill in the morning and then get your game in at that 125. But we'll see. I am excited though for kickoff. A few other games that I thought were kind of interesting, but I wanted to know what everybody else was interested in. But Browns Bengals should be pretty good. I'm excited to see Deshaun Watson. I'm still really rooting for him. He didn't really bounce back very well last year.
Yeah.
And I love Nick Chubb over there, so I think that's going to be a good one. But of course, the Browns have been so good. The Bengals have been so good lately. And then also Packers Bears. I think that's going to be pretty dope. I'm interested to see Love, and I think Fields is going to take a big step forward this year.
Looking forward to seeing Love. I haven't seen him play yet, so I haven't. I know other people have seen him, but it'd be good to see how he does. And see how he goes from there. They're not going to be as good. It's going to be weird not seeing Aaron Rodgers there. He's been there for the last 12 years, so
right.
It's going to be different seeing him there. So, but I'm excited for that game too.
I think the fans are being kind of cool about it so far. No pressure, you know what I'm saying? Because they kind of understand. But those are definitely big shoes to fill when you're stepping in for Aaron Rodgers and all that came with that.
Definitely.
Strizzy, what do you think though? I know you're excited for DJ Moore and Justin Fields hookup too.
Yeah, man. Like I've always, I was hopeful for us to get Justin Fields, a couple of years ago, and didn't work out. He ended up going to the Bears. You know what I'm saying? And then he's kind of like the quarterbacks in Carolina. Like he's never had a number one receiver, and he finally got one. So I'm happy that he's got his dude. They looked phenomenal in preseason. I mean, the connection's already there. So I'm hoping it pans out. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's been getting a lot of criticism, but he's gone from bad coaches to the worst offensive line in the league to not having a number one receiver. You know what I mean? So he's it's got to come together, kind of like how it was for Tua. I think last year it's like you got all the weapons, you got new coaching staff. It's like I can't have the same for Fields. It's like you got new weapons, coaching staff looked good. You finished the year really strong. So I'm hoping he has a really good year.
Yeah, for sure. A couple of these comments. Unk says Dak has to get better. That's for sure. He better deliver. Pop says I agree. Bryce looks good, but has to have better protection. Definitely. Anthony Weston for fantasy sake, I hope Miles Sanders goes off. He's on both my fantasy teams. Dang, invested. I think he should have a good year though. Who's the backup running back for Carolina? Like that's pretty much he's going to be.
It's still Chuba Hubbard. But I feel like our offensive line came back from last year, so it's the same guys. They started out strong, but we had Wiltz doing it, so different coaching staff. But Deontay Foreman has such a good year after McCaffrey left, so I'm expecting big things from Miles Sanders. Just gotta get the line right. Lions have been struggling a little bit, so they gotta get back on track.
Yeah, for sure.
One other game I was a little excited about. You guys didn't really mention is Aaron Rodgers Monday night against the Buffalo Bills. I think that's going to be a good game to people. More than people expected. It's going to be a nice game.
Yeah, no, that's a great point, especially because it's a division game too. Like you're starting off the season with a division game, and that's going to be a big one. Two teams that expect to be there kind of towards the end.
Definitely.
And seeing Aaron Rodgers, in that different shade of green is going to be weird for sure. Anthony Weston says go Jets, but I know he doesn't like the Bills or the Bengals. He's rooting for the Browns again too, so. He don't like nobody to rival the Chiefs.
He said he'd rather see them in the AFC Championship.
Right. All right. So this next one, I just wanted to. I guess I put you guys on the spot real quick. You guys being on the panel with me, but also our slackers out there. And I kind of wanted to do something. We're gonna bring up our crystal ball and see if we can make a couple predictions. And so it could be like a Super Bowl prediction, an MVP, a Rookie of the Year type of thing. But if you guys have maybe a prediction to make there in the comments, please drop that. And what I want to do is I'm just going to put them on the slide real quick, like live and in full effect. So that way, towards the end of the season, we can go, come back and kind of revisit this. So, Strizzy, I'm going to put you on the spot first. Any predictions for this season? Any like things you're kind of feeling? I know you might have put some futures out there, so.
Yeah, definitely put a couple of futures out there. Are we talking about Super Bowl game or like the Super Bowl champion?
Whatever you want, any kind of prediction. So you could say Super Bowl champion, you could say Super Bowl matchup, you could say AFC champion, whatever. Like, I was just thinking we could kind of throw some things out there. It doesn't have to be a specific one,
Bet. All right, Super Bowl game. I'm thinking rematch from last year. I honestly think the Eagles have a really good chance of getting back. They didn't lose anybody really on offense except Miles Sanders, but then they got a whole slew of great running backs, you know what I'm saying, to go through that. And the defense just got so much better. I mean, it's literally the Georgia defense from the last 3-4 years, you know what I'm saying? On top of having Hassan Reddick still there as well. So I think the Eagles are going to be super, super tough in the NFC. And then kind of like Marcus was saying, the Chiefs are just so hard to count out. Until somebody overthrows them, it's theirs to kind of lose. So I'm saying Super Bowl rematch. As far as rookie of the year goes, that's really tough, but I'm hoping for Anthony Richardson. I hope Anthony Richardson gets at least offensive rookie of the year. I think as a starter, I think he's probably one of the best bets to get it. I like Bijan Robinson too, but he's gonna be running that ball so much, man. Knock on wood, I pray he has a full healthy season.
Right.
But I feel like they're gonna be running him down a little bit, you know what I'm saying, there, because I know Ritter hasn't really established himself as the Panthers just yet. And then for MVP, that's tricky, man. I'm looking at Lamar Jackson to kind of come back from the MVP season. I like Lamar with the comeback. He's got some weapons there now. New offensive coordinator out of Georgia. I'm hoping he has a really, really good year, especially after the long holdout.
That would be dope. That would be super dope. Let's see, Marcus. I don't know if you're ready, but there are some coming in from the comments too.
Yeah.
Mom said the Eagles return to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I think that's a good bet. So along those same lines as what you said, Strizzy, as far as the rematch.
Yeah.
Bob says Jefferson achieves the triple crown like Cub did. So receptions, yards, and touchdowns.
Yeah,
okay.
He's due for it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with what's on the screen too. So Super Bowl, and you can say, excuse me. You can say I'm being biased, whatever. I don't care. I'm going Cowboys, Buffalo Bills, Super Bowl. We win.
Okay.
We win by 10. That Super Bowl MVP. I'm going to give it to the best player in the NFL, Patrick Mahomes. He gets that. And then Rookie of the Year. It's really going to be easy. You might be surprised, but that's a real easy one. Bryce Young gets that. I think he gets that easy. I think he's going to have a great year with that system he's going to be in, and I think his confidence is going to be up. And I just think he's in a perfect spot. So I think he's not on a bad team. He's not on a good team like that. He's right in there. So I think he won't have too much pressure on him because they're supposed to be not as good. But so I think the division they in, he's gonna get a couple of wins in the division. I think he's gonna flourish in there. I think because to me, he's a great quarterback. I just watch him play him. I don't watch highlights. I watch him play. I think he's going to be a great quarterback. I think he's going to be like a Russell Wilson type, a small guy but smart at the same time. So I think he's going to do well. So definitely, I think he's going to get that hands down Rookie of the Year.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right.
Yeah, for sure. That would be super dope. And you're right. He might be in a situation the best situation for a rookie to really show all of his skills, and they don't necessarily have to have too crazy of a win, too crazy of a year either.
Yeah,
he can still get that as the Rookie of the Year.
I like that what Uncle just said about Calvin. Really, I agree with. I think he's gonna get comeback player of the year. I think he got something to prove with that team. That team gonna be so good. I think he's gonna be fit right in. They're gonna have all the small guys, the receiver wise over there. The small guys. But they're all good though.
Yeah, I like that too. Defensive player of the year. Anthony said Carter out of Philadelphia. I like that one too. I think he gets that too.
Wait a minute. You said Derek Carr MVP? Come on, man. Whoa. we talking about New Orleans Saints. Carr,
but he has the Chiefs Saints as one of his picks, so he's buying in on that Derek Carr being that final piece for them.
Wow.
Maybe if Sean Payton was still there, you know what I'm saying? If this was the Chiefs right when Drew Brees left, maybe. But I don't know. But that's a good one. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Richardson. That I could see that one too, though, because he's probably gonna.
He got a lot of confidence in the Saints. I didn't.
You know me, I ain't got no confidence in the Saints.
It's Panthers, Saints, Buccaneers, and who else? Who the other team?
Falcons.
Falcons. Yeah. Okay, so that division is kind of
the division is
definitely up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's down, but it's you know.
I just feel like Derek Carr,
Congrats.
his best years with the Raiders. I thought like maybe who's his receivers? Like he got some dominant receivers.
He got Chris
Michael
Olave.
Thomas, if he can come back, but
he got
not,
who?
I don't know.
Michael Thomas still there?
Yeah, Mike Thomas is still there, but we'll see how he is.
He's supposed to be healthy finally.
Yeah, we'll see. But he got Chris Olave though. Chris Olave is a beast
from Ohio State.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that gives
he's decent.
Punk says Kirk Cousins gets waived. I was gonna try to put these up there. I love that y'all are sending them in like this. Keep sending them in, but I might not be able to put them all up here. I'm trying.
Kirk Cousins. I think people get Kirk Cousins a hard time. I think he's a good quarterback. Also, I think he's gonna be okay.
Me too.
Especially you got Jefferson
his touchdown to interception ratio was actually real nice. People don't realize that.
Yeah, and he got Jefferson over there. I think as long as he has him over there, he'll be fine. Did he lose his other guy though? What's the what number 18? Did he leave? 19, I mean.
Yeah, he lost Thielen. Thielen's with the Panthers now.
Yeah.
Oh, he's with you guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All
right.
And they're going with Madison as the lead back. You know, Cook is gone. But I don't know, like Madison's really good. He's been really good in relief, but like who knows if he can like take that same kind of work that Cook could, you know? So I don't know.
This is off subject, but you guys, I was just thinking that when we said Kirk Cousins, do we realize that Kirk Cousins and Robert Griffin was on the same team? They were both rookies. Kirk Cousins is still playing, and Robert Griffin is not playing. Like he only had 2 years to play. Like, can you imagine if he didn't get injured? I could just imagine his career right now. But Kirk Cousins is still, and he was his backup, and he's got a new contract. He's still playing. I'm like, man, just imagine if Robert was healthy, man. Like I think he would have broke some records. I think he would have been maybe a better Lamar Jackson because he can run and he can throw the ball pretty well too, you know. So I just kind of think about that kind of stuff. Even though I didn't want to see him with the Redskins doing all that good stuff, but I just imagine if he didn't get that bad injury, how his career would be right now. Because Kirk Cousins still got 3 more years of good football. So and
I completely agree.
RG3 is a commentator.
Mike Evans is gone. He's not going to stay at the Bucs. He's getting traded or released. You know how they just be releasing cats now for no reason, but he will not be a Buccaneer at the end of the season.
But good for him because you know he might not get his streak of 1,000 yards. Like even with injuries and everything, like he's gotten 1,000 yards receiving every year of his career. Yeah, like you know this year is kind of up in jeopardy. Like I think that's what he's kind of feeling, that pressure of like, yo, like especially at this time of his career, like he's like, if my numbers fall off now, I might not get no more checks. Like you know, like he's like, I got to ball out now. So,
I forgot who it was. I think it was one of our defensive players. They were talking about, you know, because Mike Evans was talking about possibly holding out or whatever for a contract. But one of the Panthers players was talking about, look, come on over to Carolina. Like, I love that. I'd love to see Mike Evans in a Carolina jersey.
That would be dope. Because he still can catch that ball for sure.
Yep. Yeah. Another 1,000-yard season last season too, with like practically nothing.
Right. All right. So I think my only one so far, I'm feeling Christian McCaffrey for MVP. Wow. I don't know why, but I think this might be like they're gonna like really try to focus him and use him the right way, and this might be like their last chance. Not their last chance, but like, you know, like this is the time to squeeze all the juice that's left or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I guess if they can get a healthy season, if it all lines up right, I think that they could make him like an MVP candidate. So I want to throw him out there.
I love that. I love seeing CMC.
Yeah, for sure. You know, and I don't know, even though I don't like the 49ers, you know what I'm saying? I'm not exactly excited for them to do well again. I just think that they're going to use him like in that offense, like and basically feature him. Yeah. So I think he might get an MVP, even though it's hard to go against Patrick Mahomes because he's going to do his thing again this year, no question.
Especially as a running back, it's just so hard for running backs to win MVP nowadays. The MVP is basically a quarterback award now, but
right.
I mean, he didn't even get MVP when he did the 1,000, and he had a crazy year that year.
It'd be dope to see a guy like Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson win the MVP. Like that would be so cool, but that'll never happen either.
Yeah, it's hard.
I'm really hoping Defensive Player of the Year though is Michael Parsons this year. He's been so close.
He's due.
A couple times in a row, and also like he's coming up on his first chance to renegotiate. But I just think like this being that like, kind of third year in, I feel like everything's going to really come together for him. And they put the defense together in a way where it can let him shine. So, man, I'm really hoping for big things from him this year. I'm super excited about our defense.
On him now.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. That's pretty much all. I'm trying to put this up here. I got most of it, I think.
I see Pop's comment about RG3. I know he's not better than him now. I was saying if he was still playing right now, I think he would have been, because I think his throwing accuracy was better than Jackson, and I think he can run the ball. Maybe not as good as Jackson, but I think he has some feet. He can get around. I think we've seen that against the Cowboys. He killed us that one year, and he had Morris in backfield with him. So I think he's a better thrower. I think being a better thrower than a runner is more. It's a more necessity than being a running quarterback. So I think throwing his accuracy was better. I think I could be wrong, but I felt like his throwing accuracy was better than Lamar Jackson.
Got you. No, I kind of feel the same way. Like, I mean, he was kind of like the first iteration. Like he could have, and I'm sorry that whole thing blocked you so much. I didn't realize that thing was so tall. But yeah, he was kind of like the first one of the breakthrough quarterbacks to kind of bring into like this new generation. Of course, we've had black quarterbacks that can run and do both for a long time, like Steve McNair and Warren Moon, like all the way back. But this was kind of the wave of guys that made it like more acceptable. And now it's like that's what you look for in a quarterback now. Yeah. Like they have to have all those pieces. So it's crazy how the game has changed for sure. But yeah, I love me some RG3. No doubt. I think he would have been dope. All right, let me see if I can put these up here now. This has most everything, I think.
Nice. That's funny. And also said who they think the worst team's going to be. Cardinals for me. I think Cardinals have the worst record next year.
Yeah, they're in a lot of trouble, man.
And I think they're trying to too. I mean, I can't really I don't really understand the whole getting rid of.
There was a guy in Southern California. I think they were thinking about trying to get. I forget his name.
His last name is actually familiar. I think he has the same last name.
I know. For real, I'm saying Cardinals worst record in the league next year.
Yeah, but since we saying that though, is that possible with the contract that they gave Collar though last year? Is that even possible to get rid of him and get a quarterback?
Well, they could still. Yeah, they could still try to trade him or just get rid of him. Like,
yeah.
And I think that's why they're like hoping like he can just chill, get super healthy, then maybe come back like for the last 6 games and show he still has value.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, I don't know, but it is kind of weird. Like, if you think and you believe in him, then like you're just trying to replace him with a guy that's unproven and hasn't done it either in the league. So, yeah, the whole rookie quarterback thing to me is always funny because it's just that hope and that potential. Like, but it's like, dang, it's really hard to just grab guys and find them. Every year they're like, oh, this is going to be a franchise quarterback, and they say that about 5 or 6 guys, and only maybe one pans out. You know, so
yeah,
it's crazy. Cool. But I definitely think Cardinals are the worst. Pop says Jackson hasn't had any good this, so for sure. No, they're both really dope. Jamar Chase the beast. Cardinals are the worst. Yeah, they're definitely gonna be bad this year. But
yeah,
that's crazy how the team that's normally the worst is getting good. Like Detroit is getting better.
Yeah,
the Browns gonna be better this year.
They do it
Dolphins.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like one of the things I can't stand, especially with the NFL does this a lot. Like, when you have a bad year or an off year, and then you go into the draft the following year, but don't draft nothing that you needed, like none of your weak spots. Cardinals do that a lot. Like they don't draft what they need. The Lions the last couple of years have been drafting like all the players that they need. The defensive end, linebackers, receivers. Like they've literally been going in and do what they need to. But Cardinals just haven't really been drafting very well these last couple of years.
Yeah. Well, because their GM was up to like all that kind of crazy stuff. Like
true that. True that.
All right. I think this is what Mike Evans traded was the last one. I think we captured a lot, but no, I definitely want to thank you guys for participating in this, making some predictions on the fly and stuff. I'll try to make the slide better next time or it won't reset every time I try to type on it, but it's cool that we got to put those up there live. So now they're going to go on the interwebs and we'll be able to keep track in the future. So, Mom says, "Look how Miami came back after performing so poorly."
Yeah,
that's true
too.
Team
to beat. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what's up. All right, cool. All right, we're gonna leave it right there. For that, we got our predictions locked in. The only other thing I want to talk about is Secure the Bag is going to be coming back every Thursday. We're thinking maybe like 3 p.m. on Thursdays live. And we'll try to do basically we'll just run through our picks for the week and then bring you some locks against the spread. So a couple locks against the spread, and we'll track our progress and see how we do. But Strizzy has been setting the pace every year so far, but this will be our second year technically of Secure the Bag, or our third
year.
Our third year. Dang,
yeah,
this is our
I think our first year wasn't the full season. We started kind of halfway through because I think gambling didn't start until like
that's right. That's right. We started in like January.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah,
that's
so
right.
We picked it up later.
Last year was our first full season of
Secure that was our first full season.
But we'll be coming back with that, and we'll be bringing you all the matchups and just quick hits on all the matchups in our picks. And speaking of our picks, we do have our Say Like a Champ Pick'em League again going up. So if you can jump over onto the Yahoo and join in, I want to thank the people that have joined so far. So we got a nice little group coming up. But definitely that first game is on Thursday. And the picks should be set to where you can make your picks for up to 5 minutes before that specific game. So, but I'm really going to try this year to not miss any. I know it happens inevitably at some point, but I'm going to try not to miss any picks this year and at least get it locked in and see how we do for the season. But definitely want to thank you guys for doing that too.
And if I'm allowed, you guys got to remind me too, man. I did terrible last year. I saw my name on there. But I'm gonna
we'll remind you. I'm gonna be sending these updates. I'm gonna be like every Thursday. I'm gonna send like a little group alert. Like, let's make these picks so that we can all remember. I'm gonna set my alarm. But yeah, also you can invite friends from the group too. So if you guys want to invite friends and make it bigger, that would be dope. But everybody that wins will get a Super Bowl square for our final prize of the year. So that's what's up. But yeah, that's it. Until Thursday, then we'll see Thursday for Secure the Bag, and definitely excited for some football this weekend. But let's keep this thing moving on the. All right, so we have NBA talk. Not much going on with NBA, actual NBA. Still no trade news or anything like that. Still not a lot of roster changes. But for right now, we do have the World Cup going on. USA lost over the weekend to Lithuania. They kind of got beat down a little bit. They didn't have the size and the strength to match up with them. So that was kind of troublesome. But honestly, it was probably the best thing that could have happened for this young USA team because they lost to Lithuania when it didn't matter and didn't matter. They still made it into the knockout stage, and they have bounced back with a win this morning against Italy. So they're moving on to the knockout round. So from here on, they're not, they couldn't lose any games without being out of the tournament. But for right now, they are in. And speaking of the knockout round, Lithuania that did knock them out, they actually lost in the knockout round to Serbia. So they're actually out of the tournament. So the tables turned pretty quickly. They were flexing on our boys on Saturday, and then they're out of the tournament that quickly. And like I said, meanwhile, Team USA did bounce back with a big victory over Italy this morning. So your guys' thoughts on the World Cup, any interest at all? How are you feeling? I know, Strizzy, you've been kind of like keeping track on this one for us.
Yeah, I've been watching as much as I can. Most of the games are pretty early in the morning. But it's funny enough, I didn't think Lithuania had it in them to like actually beat them. They did start off super hot though. They went like 9 for 9 at 3 in like the first quarter or something like that. Like they came out super hot, and it was really tough for USA to catch back up. But I think it's still USA's to lose, but like I don't know if Canada lost. Did Canada lose, or are they still in it? Because
no, Canada's still in it. They moved on.
Yeah, because Canada's got a nice little squad with them too. So I wouldn't count out Canada either. I think that's probably the most competitive to go against USA. They got a couple NBA players on their squad as well, so they actually look pretty good. But USA should take it. I think they should take it. Serbia is actually pretty good too, though. They got some hoopers there as well.
Yeah, they are. They got Bogdan Bogdanovic. That dude is dope. He's the one that kind of put it down on Lithuania. But
yeah,
Marcus, I know you weren't really feeling the roster or the World Cup thing. But you think USA can still pull it out?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait to the Final Four. I don't think it matters. I don't want to watch them right now. So we get to the Final Four and then see how they go. But Serbia isn't that what Joker's from?
No, he's from somewhere else. I can't remember where he's from.
Yeah.
But he's not playing in this tournament.
I think Luka is playing.
Yeah.
Is Luka team still in it?
No, I think they're
I don't think so. They're out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because he was averaging like 30 a game, so I was like, "Dang, he's balling."
Yeah, he was doing his best, but the team sucks. Like the team as a whole is bad.
Yeah,
but I know they had a. Yeah, I know there was like a little issue today too. Cause I guess Paulo, or how you say his name, I guess he got an Italian in him, and he was supposed to play with the Italian team, but he chose to play for USA. So they tried to start a little something with him today. I don't know. I didn't get to see what happened with it or whatever, but yeah, I heard that. But he's been
crazy.
doing good.
Yeah, it is funny how that happens so often, or like players will have like certain things in their heritage where like they can go switch up. Like if they were like not good enough to make like one team, they can maybe go play for another team. So it's been interesting to see some of the guys like on different squads. But that's funny that they're probably mad. They're probably like, you should have been over here with us, helping us. You know what I'm saying?
It's another player on our team who's supposed to play for Canada, but he played for you. I forgot which player it was, but
it might have been Halliburton, but I can't remember. But yeah, it's funny how that definitely happens a lot in soccer too. They'll be like, well, I'll claim whichever part of me lets me get on the squad. You know what I'm saying? Unk says can't watch USA games on ESPN due to contract cables with issues with Spectrum.
Oh, dang, that's crazy.
You don't have ABC either. Thanks a lot, Disney. Dang.
That's terrible. You need to get YouTube TV, Unk.
Yeah.
If you want to watch some games, text me. I'll send you my username and password. You can log in.
There you go.
I can have up to 6 people on my thing, so you want to get on there.
Yeah, YouTube TV. I love YouTube so much. Like that's my thing, and I'm super excited too for like NFL Sunday Ticket being on YouTube this year. So,
you know what? We were off actually. Slovenia is still in it. They're playing Canada tomorrow.
Oh dang! Okay.
Yeah.
So Luka still might make it.
Yeah. They're 4-1. For some reason, I thought they were doing way worse than that. like the same record as we do.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So see, it's too bad though. It's like they gotta figure this out. Like it's all the way in Manila. Like we can't even see the games at the right time. So I'm hoping at least the final game they back it up so that we can watch it at like 9 o'clock, 8, like at least 9 or something.
At least have it running while I'm working or something.
Unk's like, yo, I already sent the DM. He's like,
I got you, Unk. I got you, man.
All right. Let's keep this thing moving, though. We'll be watching for sure. We'll be reporting back on Team USA. Did want to mention Ronald Acuna Jr., the first player, he made history, the first player ever with 30 home runs and 60 stolen bases in the same season. And it's crazy with baseball being around as long as it has, since the 1880s or whatever, all these records, and there's still new records being made. But congrats to Acuna for sure. There's been a lot of people that have kind of done like the 25, 50 or, stuff like that. But 30 and 60 is pretty legit.
It just seems like 60 stolen. I mean, and counting, right? Like that was that was last week.
Still have a month left of the season, pretty much.
Yeah, but like 60 stolen bases just seems like so many. You know what I mean? So I feel like a lot of stolen bases, but I hope he gets MVP. Braves are one of my futures to take the championship this year. But dude's he's been phenomenal, man. Like the whole team honestly has been really, really good.
Yeah, most definitely. They have it's gonna be an interesting playoff race, especially with like the Astros and the Rangers actually, slipping behind the Mariners somehow. Like that's so crazy.
The Mariners have been hot
for their race. So I think
Julio has 2 home runs right now.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I think I don't know. I think it's going to be a good race. There's some good teams at the top, and then there's a lot of bad teams at the bottom. So I'm just interested in a few good matchups. But it'll be kind of weird if the Rangers or the Astros, as good of seasons that they had, then they'll have to go in as a wild card. But also one other thing about Acuna, his thing is like a lot of people have been saying since the bigger bases and the pitch clock is like makes it a little bit easier to time, pitchers up.
Pitchers, yeah.
That's what has helped with the stolen bases. But it is what it is, right? They can only play with the rules that they have. But
true that.
Unc has a question for you guys though. Who is the NBA who is the NBA rookie of the year we need to look for this year?
Chet Holmgren.
Oh, Chet. Is he going to be a rookie technically?
Technically, he's this rookie year. Technically,
gotcha.
Yeah. They don't count the years he didn't play at all, so they count this year as his rookie year.
Same thing. Blake Griffin did that one year, and he won to be rookie of the year.
Oh, that's true. And he even played like the first game. Would he like broke his leg in the first game or whatever?
He played the first 10 games, I think it was.
That's crazy when he came back. But also, we want to see our boy for the Spurs.
He's definitely gonna be nice. He'll be nice too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got Chet, man. I feel like he's gonna have a phenomenal year.
Should be cool.
Victor.
We got our predictions on that. We'll have to come back on that one too.
Has Dame Lillard picked a team yet?
No, he's still stuck.
He's still stuck. That's the perfect way to put it. Pops, he agrees too. Asterisk, I never thought he would steal 60 bases. Did the bigger bases help him? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it did, but he's got to still do it. So he's out there. But all right. Switching things up, I do want to move into our next topic here. We gotta start off with college football with Coach Prime and Colorado pulling off the big upset against TCU. And it's awesome. It's like we could kind of see it coming, but still it was like, dang, is it really going to happen? Even in the buildup, I'm like, oh, this would be so cool. This would be so cool. But they went out there and they did their thing. It was an awesome game, back and forth, especially in the second half. But Colorado pulled it out. Marcus, I don't know if you want to start off with this, but I definitely wanted to get your thoughts on Coach Prime's debut.
People don't realize how big that was. Like, that was amazing. Like, we talking about a team who was in the national championship last year. Like, we talking about a huge team at their home. This is their first game, so it was pretty much a gimme for Tish. Like the first game that the best team get a gimme game. So it's pretty much a gimme game. Like of course you're gonna win this game. Nobody even they reported they didn't think they was gonna win that game. I definitely didn't think they was gonna win.
Yeah, they were like, I think it was 23 touchdown underdogs in the game.
So it's like it wasn't supposed to happen, and then for Deion Sanders to do that, because everybody say he's a good coach at the HBCU school. He ain't playing nobody, but for him to come in and beat that team, like, that's huge. Like, the confidence for that team now is like huge too, because you beat a top 10. So it's big, man. His son played great too. He didn't do too much. He did enough. So it's like, I don't think they're gonna play anybody as good as that the rest of the year. I don't think. I haven't looked at the schedule, but I don't think that you're gonna play anybody like that again. So I think it's a big thing. It shocked me. I didn't even watch the game. I kept on seeing people saying Deion Sanders. I said, "What is he hurt? Something happened to him?" I know what happened. I Googled it and like they beat TCU. I'm like, what, in TCU? So it was amazing to see that. I'm happy for Deion. Deion Sanders is my all-time favorite NFL player ever in history. So to see him being a great coach like that, a black coach too, man, that's huge. So I don't think we still really grasp what happened, but I think we're gonna see like that was a big deal for him to do that.
Yeah, most definitely. I was super excited and put the "Do you believe?" but just to see him kind of talk his talk, because he always is talking his talk before, but to continue that and to kind of stand on it like after what they did is super dope. They are gonna play though, like USC, Oregon.
Oh, they are.
Play some. Yeah, I mean they're still. Okay.
I forgot they moved conferences. You're right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
So they're gonna have some tough games, but I think that gives them a lot of confidence going in to the rest of their schedule. And I think that they were like, they're going up against Nebraska next, but now they are in the rankings, which is dope to see that. But Strizzy, what were your thoughts on Colorado?
Man, Coach Prime, I had to come up. I put 50 on them as underdogs. You know what I'm saying? I put 50 on them as the underdogs, man. They came through for your boy. It was such a back and forth game, man. You know what I mean? He had 4 wide receivers with 100 plus yards receiving in that game, which is huge. Like Marcus said, like TCU was just in the playoff last season. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whether or not you believe they should or shouldn't have been there, that's where they were. You know what I'm saying? So for them to come in first game and to be at Texas Christian, like that's crazy, man. Like, so I believed in them. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if they were going to beat somebody, like if he's going to make a statement, like this is going to be that game to do so. They get Matt Rule in Nebraska this upcoming weekend, I think. So we'll see how Matt Rule does. We know back in college or whatever, but I think they win that game too. But yeah, they got some tough games ahead of them. You know what I'm saying? Like USC is going to be a tough game, like you said. But man, I'm hoping they do well, man. Coach Prime knows what he's doing, that's for sure.
Yeah, most definitely. A couple of the funny comments over here, but also Mom said saw a post that Deion's already done more for Colorado than Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I saw that too.
For sure, just when he showed up, even before the season started, he probably did.
That's wrong.
Anthony Weston agrees he uses his favorite player too. Unc says, I wish Colorado could play Notre Dame so they could destroy Notre Dame to shut their fans up. Dang, Unc, I forgot Unc was a big time Notre Dame hater.
I'm kind of a Notre Dame hater too, so I'm with it.
Dang,
I guess you guys didn't like the movie Rudy, I guess.
No, right? But Seminoles are back. They looked really good in their victory against LSU.
That game was crazy. I wasn't expecting that.
I kind of was. Actually, I had Seminoles too in that game.
That's what's up. But I was like,
yeah, they're supposed to be good this year, so I'm with it.
It turned quick though. It was a close game, and all of a sudden it was just over with.
All of a sudden it was over with. Another interesting upset, actually, that I put on here too was Dabo Sweeney and Duke
Look
last
at that
night.
face. That's what you get.
This is not. I did not expect this one though. This one,
yeah.
I did not.
Who did they lose to? Who's that blue team?
Duke.
BY?
Yeah.
Duke.
They lost.
They weren't playing basketball either. So
they got smacked. It wasn't even close. They got smacked.
That's what Dabo Sweeney get for making those comments he made about the players getting paid. That's what you get.
Yeah, exactly. But that was definitely a shocker. It's crazy though. They had more passing yards, more rushing yards, basically more everything. But they had like 3 turnovers in the red zone and like 2 blocked field goal attempts. So that was pretty sloppy on that. But after the first official week of college football, we do have the rankings up here. Florida State did move up a lot. They jumped up to 4 after beating LSU, and Colorado did, and Duke both jumped into the rankings after their big upsets. Colorado sitting at 22 now after starting unranked. So that's what's up. I think they said though Colorado hasn't been ranked in back-to-back weeks since like 2018 or something like that. So hopefully they can do their thing and get another win and move up in those rankings. But let's see. Since Notre Dame is like Aaron Rodgers for me. Oh, that's funny. Rudy was offside. Most definitely, he was offside.
Oh, we.
I didn't even thought about that. I gotta go back and watch it
The whole time. Anthony Weston is Travis Hunter favorite for Heisman.
It's Caleb Williams at the moment.
Yeah, I think so too. Travis Hunter, that's awesome though. I do want to give him a shout out though. He played like over 200 snaps. He played a lot on offense and defense. He had over 100 yards on receiving, and he had an interception too in the red zone. So that was really dope. I just worry about like, can you sustain that for forever?
Yeah, I hope not.
Where's the depth at?
Jackson State, he can do that, but
times are different. I know Coach Prime's like, look, you can be the next me. I know that's what he's telling him. I know that's what he's telling him. But like times are different, man. The game is so much faster now.
I don't think that's sustainable. Yeah. Anthony Weston, where is JT Daniels playing at? I didn't see that. JT Daniels, he started off at USC as like a true freshman, went to Georgia, went everywhere. Basically, he's used up all the transfers that possible. But while he answers that one, I did want to throw up 2 games that are coming up this week that are pretty cool. Nebraska, Colorado, definitely I think is going to be big. And it's funny. They were saying a statistic that was the most bet game besides the Lions Chiefs, like that out of NFL and college football, that the most money is being bet on Colorado and Nebraska, except for that Thursday night opener. So that's pretty crazy. Dude's been playing in college since 2018. He's playing at Rice. Dang, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That was our college update. But yeah, COVID made people, gave people a, extra year or so.
Yeah.
We got a little golf update for Marcus, of course. I want to get your thoughts about that. But Brooks Koepka He did make the Ryder Cup team, which raised a few eyebrows, only really, in my opinion, because he is like a live guy. But I think he's definitely a good pick for the Ryder Cup. Marcus, what were your thoughts on that? And also, if you have any thoughts on Victor Hovland too.
Yeah, I think he should have made it. It's no more live golf separate though. It's they together now. So I think that's why they picked him. I think he's a great asset. I think he's gonna help him win. And I was happy for Victor to win. I think he was overdue. He's always getting so close, top 10. So he's a good guy. He's one of my favorite guys. So I was happy to see Victor get that. And I think he got more to come, you know. So hopefully he don't be like these other guys who get one and just they disappear again. So hopefully he can stay in the mix.
Right. I feel that. But when you get like one and it's like that big of a person, you win like $18 million in a weekend, like I think it's easier to just rest a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Not working on your game quite as much.
Yeah, he's been working hard though, man. So it pays off. He had the driving, he had the irons, but his short game wasn't as good. But you could tell he worked on it. Like it was quick though. Like the beginning of the season, he wasn't doing well. Then he ended it good. So his hard work paid off. So he needed it at the right time. So I'm happy for him.
Yeah, yeah. No, I feel that.
Anthony, we don't want to talk about that this week, man. We don't want to talk about that. Skip week 2. Let's go to week 3, man. I don't want to talk about that. We got Alabama coming up.
Didn't want to talk about the U.S. Open going on. Coco Gauff is doing well. She cruised in her victory earlier today, so she is on to the quarterfinals. First American teenager to make it to the quarterfinals since the Williams sisters, of course.
Of course, yeah.
Of course. But I'm really backing her though, hoping that we can get another American U.S. Open champion. That would be super dope. And then on the men's side, it's really just Alcaraz and then also Novak Djokovic that are gonna be on a collision course. It seems they're doing the best on the men's side. So there are 3 American men though that made it to the quarterfinals. So that's what's up. There's at least some men are represented for USA, but they're probably not gonna make it. Let's see these comments real quick. Ugg says, I heard the Saudis want to create their own NBA. Crazy how much money those folks have.
That's a lot of money, man.
They could do it, though. It's just with this money that they're spending on soccer, they could do something similar to the NBA, where it's like you would have like all the guys that, you know, are kind of like on the downside a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like imagine, like they'll probably pay LeBron like $150 million to go over there and play for one season, you know?
Yeah.
Like that would be crazy. But they could get the attention, I think. I don't know. Venus needs to retire. I'm just surprised that she's still out there doing it. You know what I'm saying?
I know she loved the game, but it's time to give it up.
Yeah.
It's almost like she's playing for her sister, though. She's like, my sister can't be out here. Like, I got to keep going. You know what I'm saying? She's like the older sister. But yeah, but that's what's up. I think that's pretty much it. That's all we have for this week. Let me go ahead and shut down the screen real quick so we can chit chat a little bit. But yeah, I think we'll close it up there. I don't know if you guys have anything else you wanted to kind of bring up or talk through. Really excited about that prediction slide, though. We're gonna definitely pull that prediction thing back up later on.
Me too, actually. Considering all the things you predicted, I'm actually pretty. I'm curious on how we should cross stuff off as it like if anything happens, it gets done.
If it goes out, yeah. That would be tight, though. That would be tight. Or maybe we'll have to put out some Super Bowl squares for like if any of those hit. You know what I'm saying? Get a Super Bowl square. That would be tight. But yeah, I think we're gonna end it there. Oh, I did want to do a little bit. Take a second to say to mention this comment from way earlier. Grace said, glad to see the trio back. We love watching y'all together. And we had definitely appreciate it for sure. It was good, you know what I'm saying, that we could all be back. It's kind of like our little 4-year anniversary show. You know, it's always like that first show before the football that reminds us of that time. So that's what's up. So thank you, Grace, for mentioning that. And then also Unk said Wild Bill Williams, our very own cowboy. I did want to mention that, you know, I'm trying to do my YouTube thing. So if you guys have a moment to check out my YouTube channel, or if you haven't subscribed, please do. I would really super appreciate that. You know, we're going to try to keep it going. I'm going to try to do an adventure every week. It's going to be kind of random, but we'll see. We'll just, you know, try to keep putting stuff out there though.
Heck yeah.
But my Mickey Mouse, man, he's over 24,000 views. My Mickey Mouse right back there.
That's crazy.
That video has been going crazy for me. So
that's good stuff.
Yeah,
so that's real good stuff.
Yeah, so
we'll
see what's happening, but we're gonna keep it moving with the YouTube. But I'm just glad to be here with my brothers, of course, and we're gonna have Secure the Bag on Thursday. So get ready for that and get those pick'ems in. Marcus, I'm gonna send you the email link again. Make sure you get up in there. And
Marcus, don't forget to set up your fantasy team.
Oh, no,
too.
I'm doing tonight.
Team came out legit considering you weren't able to make it, but your team came out legit for real.
Yeah, that's crazy how that happened in my first year doing fantasy. And I won because they're gonna pick the right picks for you. So they always say I got all their jobs. That's the only reason I won in fantasy. But hey, I did it though. So
whatever.
No, for sure. I got that reminds me. I got to check my team out though too because.
Yeah,
I already the first week I was like already iffy about my team. I'm like, dang, I don't know about my draft, but we'll see what's up with that. But that should be definitely exciting. Anthony Wesson says first coach fired in the NFL.
The Cardinals coach.
The Cardinals coach, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. But they kind of want to lose, so maybe they won't.
Yeah, they might keep him. Yeah, so yeah,
they might be like, we can go ahead and let you stay since you're that bad. Unc says McCarthy should be fired. First sign the petition. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that.
I think he might be gone. We don't come out high. I think he will be gone. So it's his last time.
Yeah. Maybe it could be him, but hopefully nobody's too crazy on the hot seat. Another one we didn't mention though, I am excited to see Sean Payton's debut back with Denver. I think that should be pretty cool. But they play the Raiders, so I don't know. That's kind of a tough first game too. So.
Earthly got a question for you.
Earthly says, where can I find? Oh, that's perfect. Thank you for asking. Saylikeachamp.com. If you go there, you can find the link to it, and it should work. I can't really test it properly because I'm already in the league, but when you click on it, it should let you into the league. So I'm gonna put that right there. If you follow that like link, we have a link there. It's the weekly pick'em, and it has the group ID and the password too, just in case you need that. So
you gotta click on it so you can see it.
Yeah. So there we go. Let me see. Actually, let me see if I can do this real quick. So when you go there, you'll see this one. And you can go right here to click it, and it'll bring you into the group. So that's what's up. I'm gonna stop sharing that. Yes, so that'll be really exciting. We'll get going on that. But until then, we'll be back for Secure the Bag and next week for episode 211. But until then, it's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Strizzy.
Welcome back. I'm back, man. We'll be here. Sorry about that, y'all. Be back.
All love, baby.
And you say the truth.